Alright guys, I would like to share my thoughts on how we can diagnose a firearm that is not actually functioning well. And the review for today is a Beretta 12 gauge shotgun model 1301. It's a tactical model. I already took my time and then basically disassembled everything, so if you want to learn how to put them back together, just watch the second video and it would be basically reverse for whatever I already done. So the problem was I had student yesterday with this particular shotgun, and he just purchased it from the store and tried to fire. I tried it didn't work. So I wanted to find out what the problem is so I could fix his shotgun, pretty expensive shotgun. And how do you diagnose basically, could be handgun, could be any kind of a type of firearm. When you press the trigger, you are going to learn a lot of mechanical vibes and everything from the machine, that how it cycles, how it functions. So I couldn't really hear anything about a firing pin. It was a little bit of a loosey-goosey indentation, and I wanted to disassemble and find out what the problem is with this brand new shotgun, costing roughly $1,200 before taxes, and disappointing, it doesn't work. So the problem is we need to understand why the firearm is not firing. So it was loading, you load obviously, and then you chamber one of them, so making sure the action, the receiver, everything is working. So we went through all that, and we pressed the trigger, the safety off, and wasn't working. So I took the whole entire bolt action out of this firearm, and I find out this is the firing pin. I hope that you can see close. And over here, when I'm pointing with my index finger, unfortunately it's been milled, machined, or whatever, that it doesn't meet the specifications. So it does have a lot of burrs, metal burrs and everything else, and as you can see, I'm just pressing in and it just gets stuck over here. So this section, it's a little bit bigger than whatever it should as far as the diameter goes. So this is your firing pin that has to actually fully functional with the spring load. So the hammer, your firearms hammer, it would hit on the back, and then as you can see, it's not freely working, and I have to shave this off basically because I can touch it, and I can sense there's a lot of sharp objects over here, so it's slightly bigger than whatever it should. I think it's just a machining error, but be honest with you, I didn't expect to see this coming up from this particular firearm. So the firing pin wasn't freely working just the way I'm demonstrating right now. It wasn't working like this, so always in a stuck position. The tools that you need to use, just the basic sandpaper. I have 400 grade sandpaper, if you can see, and then for a little bit more smooth polishing, I don't have a 600 obviously. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay this down flat, as you can see, and then I am going to, or you can actually hold it in your finger and basically run the firing pin. These two bowled out edges, you need to file them down, in this case sandpaper in, so we get the sharp edges. Roughly, I would say we're removing about 24 microns, which is nothing, but the firing pin has to be able to travel freely, so anytime you press the trigger, the hammer falls, it would make this work. So the firing pin would hit on the back of your shell casing, and it just didn't happen yesterday. So I am going to shave it a little bit off, getting the smooth edges. So I'm kind of beveling, instead of having a sharp edge, I'm beveling it so it's more rounded. Make sure you get a consistent rotation, and rotate 360 degrees so you don't sandpaper one side more than the other side. And then obviously this is a 600, so I'm going to make a little bit more smoother if I can. You can use a Dremel machine or anything else, but make sure you get all that sharp edges and whatever it is, rough edges I would say. So let's see if it travels back and forth freely. It should have zero friction when it's going to be assembled in the bolt. And I feel much more smoother, but I'm going to sandpaper just a little bit more while I have everything disassembled, making sure that it would work freely. With a little bit of dab of oil, it would work perfect. So while I'm doing this, I am doing a little bit of a talking as of a firearms instructor for many years. Do not buy something that you solely like the logo, like a Beretta or whatever your favorite manufacturer it is. Always take it to the range in a safe direction and do a function test with the ammunition that you like to carry in a case of a carry firearm. In this case, you have to do a function test. Obviously, we don't have that option when you purchase it in a gun store. But I don't want to keep it and load them up for self-defense or home defense, because you need to making sure it's functioning 100%. In this case, this particular firearm failed. So let me do a little bit of rotation over here, getting much more smoother, and that should work. Okay, firing pin goes back to perfect. Now it's all good. As you can see, the firing pin actually travels in and out with no friction. It has to be like that. So when I assemble right now, you would know how to put everything back together the way that it should. So make sure there is a little bit of a plastic gasket. The firing pin should have the spring on it, and there you go. It's just working freely for me, so that would work. I feel a little bit of a friction. I am not really sure what that problem is, but I'm gonna try it one more time, making sure that we get everything right. You have to be patient if you're working like delicately on firearms. If you do not know, please ask for help. Send them to a gunsmith, certified gunsmith, someone that is a machinist, someone understands what the problem is with the firearm. So you would have. I'm still not 100% satisfied, but there's something is just bothering me, and I don't know what that is, but I'll try to fix it. So there's a little bit of a friction going on. I don't know it's coming from where and why, but I would like to sandpaper, because those sections are bigger in diameter. There's 3 sections, and it's just cutting on something, so anytime we press the trigger, the hammer falls. But this firing pin didn't travel, so there was no indentation on the back of your shell casing, and that's why it prevents from the shotgun firing. He was disappointed, so am I, but take your time, rotate 360, get all the filings, whatever, shavings, all the sharp edges out. Make sure you rotate in the right direction. And I am going to now use my 600 grade. Sandpaper. That should be okay. Let's find out. So first, this little gasket, make sure that it goes, prevents from the end of the spring touches the metal, so there's always plastic rubber gasket. And we're gonna try this if it works. And I can feel no spring tension. That's it. I think this is good. I'm going to take them to the range and I'm going to fire tomorrow morning, making sure it's functioning perfectly. Please follow the next video for reassemble everything back together, and I'll be in the range videoing shooting this shotgun live first time with you early morning. See if it's fully functioning. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.